I'm so happy. I literally was like so nervous. Like intuitively, I was like, I don't know if this is gonna work.
I felt good about it. Like for some reason, I was not stressed. Like I just felt good about it.
Hell yeah. Can you get that tour manager to hook me up with Kaytranada? Shit. You're like, I have one more favor to ask you. Tell him it's my Make-A-Wish. Love you, bye.
Alright, love you, bye.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's New Year's Eve. My best friends, Kim and Ian, are coming up from San Diego. We are going to a festival tonight with my other friend, Sarah. Well, Sarah and I got free tickets through another mutual friend, and Ian works in ticketing, and he for some reason thought I was getting him tickets, which I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. You're the ticket hookup. So we've been scrambling to try to get them tickets, of course, like day of, and it's like Insomniac company, which is like kind of hard, but they just got tickets because his friend of a friend is the tour manager for Kaytranada. So thank you, Kaytranada. Like, wow, amazing. So it is on like Donkey Kong tonight for New Year's Eve. Okay, so by the time I post this, it's going to be past New Year's, but I want to take you through a manifestation ritual that I do every single year. It's a way for me to reflect back on the previous year and really get specific on the things that I want to call in for the new year. So I'm going to take you through exactly what I do. And you don't have to do this just for the new year. You can do this in January. You can do this at any time, honestly, when you want to get super clear on the things that you want to call into your life. I am a very spiritual person, and I really believe that connecting with your spirit guides, with God, with the universe, and all of these things, and really embodying the feeling of what having these things in your life feels like is a way to really bring in those big special items that you really, really want to call in. I have a list of questions that I'm going to basically journal about, and then I'm going to write on a candle. So all you need is a glass candle, you need a Sharpie, and you need pen and paper. So I wrote a list of questions that I wanted to focus on this year. This year has been like the craziest year of my life. I've been battling stage 2 breast cancer. And so there are a lot of lessons in all of that, right? Like maybe some lessons that I kind of have grazed over or haven't really let sink in. And so I really want to take this time to really reflect on all of the things that have meant so much to me, a lot of the things that were really hard for me, and the things that I really loved and enjoyed, and also just release the things that didn't serve me in 2023 and create a really clear list of the things that I want to call in on 2024. So number 1 is, what was your favorite moment from this year? And also, what was your least favorite? Okay, so here are my questions, and you can write these down ahead of time. Number 2, what is a lesson you learned that changed your life? Number 3, what is a hard moment you experienced that you were grateful for? Number 4, what are the things you're leaving in 2023? Number 5, what are you calling in for 2024? Be specific. Number 6, looking back to January of 2023, how have you changed? And number 7, what is a mindset you are adopting in 2024? Another thing that I do is I pick out a word for the year. So I just kind of start to do like a little brain dump of all of the things that I want to embody, whether that's like feelings, emotions, words, and then I start to narrow it down on exactly like what that word will be for me. So yeah, so let's get started. Film this for YouTube, so it's kind of going to be like a dual situation. I have my camera going here, so we're gonna do like a full-on live stream. So yeah, this year has been like really crazy for me. If you don't know me, I have been battling stage 2 breast cancer. So this has been one of the most like transformative years of my entire life. Like a lot of growth, a lot of hardship, a lot of pain, a lot of sadness, but also a lot of like really positive moments and like expansive moments. So I really just want to take the time to like sit and like, you know, go over everything that's kind of happened. The first question I have is, what was your favorite moment from this year and what was your least favorite moment? So this is kind of nice. It's kind of like I go through every single month and I'm like, okay, what were like my top moments of this year? So if you're journaling with me or if you're just like watching, just think about those things. Like, it's really nice to just be so reflective on that. So I'm just going to journal for like a little bit and really just kind of like hone in on what those moments were. And I'll share mine at the end so you guys kind of get a good idea of like some highlights, but obviously you guys know how to do this. Okay, I'm not going to spend too much time on it because if the more I hang out on it, like I'm going to keep coming up with so many things, but I just kind of go off of the first things that come to my mind. I went to Japan in April and I met family that I've never connected with or didn't even know I existed. So that was a highlight. I took a spontaneous trip to London with a girlfriend, which was so much fun. I finished chemo in March, which was like huge. And I grew a lot of my friendships and relationships. So proud of that. My least fave was emotional toll of cancer that has played a huge part of my life. Disconnection from specific family members and losing relationships like due to cancer. Moving on, I'm gonna just move through these like pretty quickly. Number 2, what is a lesson you learned that changed your life? Having cancer, it's just been the biggest awakening and reminder that life is so freaking short, and to stop putting off the things that I always have had on my to-do list, or putting off the things until like a later date of being like, okay, I'm going to do that next year. I'm going to do that when I have more time or more money or more energy. And I would always put work before everything before I was diagnosed. Like, I was spinning my wheels constantly. I worked for myself in fitness and I just was working, thinking that I always had time. And when I was diagnosed with cancer, I was like, I was the healthiest person I knew. I didn't ever think that this would become my life, but here we are. And so I really have been in my yes era after I finished chemo and radiation. And I've just been saying yes to everything and just reconnecting to like me and my life. And so I feel like that was like the biggest lesson that I learned and I will continue to take with me for forever. Okay, number 3, what is a hard moment you experienced that you were grateful for? This could be anything. Like, this could be a breakup. This could be like a loss of a job. This could be a loss of a relationship. This could be, cancer because of like the lessons that you learned. Like, this can literally be anything. I love that. Don't let anyone steal your joy. I love that. And you guys can put your answers in the comments. I would love to like see what you guys are also like reflecting on as well. Like, I just think it's so important to share these things because it makes it more tangible and like a little bit more real. I do these with like groups and I do these with friends, and I feel like it's like there's a real connection when you share, especially when you're talking about the things that you want to call into your life. Or for me, like, as hard and as challenging cancer has been, like, it's awakened so many lessons in me, and it's just been a reminder of the things that are important. It's also allowed me to create this like amazing online community and my Cancer Baddies support group, and so through the struggles I've just connected with so many people. So that is mine. If you guys want to share, put it in the comments. Hi Amy, thank you. I feel so much better. Had to have a cry, That was almost 2 weeks ago, so I feel like I've like healed a little bit. Okay, moving on. We have 7 questions. This is number 4. What are the things you are leaving in 2023? So this can be mindsets, this could be habits, these can be behaviors, these can be people, relationships, jobs, like limiting beliefs. These can be so many things. God, this is hard. Like, I'm really gonna have to like think about this one. Procrastinating, I love that one. You keep putting off applying to graduate school. Yeah, I mean, procrastination is a really tough one. I've been procrastinating my whole life, And because it's like a fear of like doing the hard things, right? It's like, it's uncomfortable to do the hard things, but on the other side of discomfort is always such a better life, and it feels so much better when you get things done. So I actually put that on my list. I said, not doing hard things, because when you think about it, when you accomplish something that like was really difficult for you, whether that's like exercise, like doing something that's really hard in exercise, or whether that's applying to graduate school or having tough conversations, usually on the other side of that is like joy and growth. And so, yeah, that's on my list. Fear of vulnerability is also on my list. I've committed this year to be really vulnerable, especially online. So I'm leaving that behind. Lack of self-confidence. Like I've always been like confident but also not confident. Like I'll second guess things, and like there's like a kind of a lacking of like self-worth, or the feeling that I like deserve something, and that has stemmed from my childhood. So I am letting that go. And then also people who aren't 100% for me, and or me for them, I just don't really want them in my circle. So I'm leaving that behind as well. There's strength in showing vulnerability. Exactly. Because think about how much connection you make with people when you decide to be vulnerable. We feel so alone because we're scared to share, but when someone else steps up and shares, it's like, wow, I feel seen and I feel heard. And then that's really where you have that like connection with people. Moving on, number 5. What are you calling in for 2024? Be specific. So these can be jobs, these can be trips, these can be like tangible things, or these can be mindset things, these could be habits, this can be literally anything. And this is when it's like really important to get so clear. And this is the list that we'll use to do the candle work that I'm going to show you. New career, solo travel, love that. New career in what? Be really specific. Like, what does that job look like for you? How much money are you making? Where are you traveling? Solo travel. When are you going? Like, be so specific, which this might take some time. Yes, get so clear. And this like might take some time. Like you might need to like sit on this for a few days. It's hard when like this is literally New Year's Eve and you're doing this. Like I should have started thinking about this like days ago, but I haven't had time. Okay, this is also like these items that you want to call in 2024. These are like the ones that are really important to share. So if you have someone that's close to you in your life, like I encourage you to share this list with someone, because the more that you speak it, the more that you speak these things into existence, the more you're calling that energy in to support you. You're also asking your spirit guides, God, universe to support you in those things. And you really want to align yourself with the energy of what these things feel like. So say you're calling in like a new relationship, get so clear on like what your partner, like those traits that your partner has. Like, are they kind? Are they successful? Are they passionate? Like, don't worry about what they look like, but worry about like the things, the characteristics of this person and what they embody. And then think about what it would feel like to be in that relationship. Like envision yourself going on a trip with this person, or cooking dinner together, or being in your home together. Like envision like what that actually feels like. Same thing for a job and like a career. Like what does it feel like to have a specific income? Visualize what that monthly check or that weekly check or the daily check that's being deposited into your account, like what does that feel like? My friend told me the other day, like we're really big on manifesting, that Jim Carrey, when he first got into Hollywood, he climbed to the Hollywood sign and he wrote himself a $1 million check. And he wasn't able to cash that, but he visualized like what that looked like. And so he was calling in like $1 million because he knew one day that he was going to get that and he was going to be able to deposit that, which I love that because you're actually making it tangible and you're like, okay, this is what it feels like to literally hold a $1 million check. So I do that and I like aim really high. So if I'm like, okay, I want my monthly income to be this, I envision what does that look like every single month, like coming in. So I'll read to you my list. I'm being vulnerable, you guys. Started with trips. Like I want to go to Europe. I want to go to Paris. I haven't done much of Europe. So I want to take 2 to 3 international trips. I'm not 100% on the locations, but I know Paris is one of them. And number 2, job. I want my career to like come more into fruition. I want, a specific income a month. I want to grow my YouTube. I want to grow TikTok to 100K followers. I want to grow YouTube to 100K followers. I want to grow my Cancer Baddies support group. I want to grow to 1,000 members and do more events every single month. I'm working on a project for cancer ports, whether it's your arm or your chest. So I'm like working to design something for that. And I really want that to come to fruition. I want a relationship with a amazing partner. I want this to be the last year that I'm single. I want a man to come into my life that's loving, funny, successful, passionate, kind, like all of those things, cultured, and I want to be cancer free, which I technically am kind of cancer free, but I'm still in treatment. So I'll be done very soon. But that is my list. I could get more specific, but with the short amount of time I have, that's what I have. So if you want to share something, maybe like one thing from your list, put it in the comments and yeah, we can support you. Okay, 2 more questions. Number 6, looking back to January of 2023, how have you changed? What is different in your life? Okay, healthy eating. You want to call in healthy eating. I love that. Taking more risks. I love that. Those are good. It's good to like acknowledge like the good things that have come into your life. But it's nice like, because I look back on my list from a year ago and it's nice to see everything that I've written down. So like I encourage you to just like write this down. So for me, I'm definitely a lot more vulnerable. I've always been really strong like as me as a person, but I've always had this fear of being vulnerable and asking for help. But with cancer, you kind of have to ask for help. So I'm a lot more vulnerable. I'm also a lot more loving to others and myself. I feel grounded and I'm very intentional. I'm further in treatment. I'm almost done. I got a dog, Suki, and I've released the scarcity mindset around money. My word, Phoenix, writing it at the top. Okay, so you'll have your candle, whatever. You guys probably don't have a candle right now. And then you're gonna wanna go back to the things that you're calling in for 2024. So every single thing that you want to call in, you're gonna write on this candle. You can write in like whatever colors you want, multiple colors. I'm gonna pick out like a couple colors that are like speaking to me. I love me some color. Okay. And then you're just gonna write it like however you want to write it. You can write it like in a bullet point. You can write it around. You can draw pictures. Like just get creative and like have fun with it, you know? So I'm gonna start with mine. So I started with trips. Actually, I'm gonna reorganize this and I'm gonna put the ones that I like want the most at the top. So I'll start with that. So what do I want the most? Do I want to be cancer free or do I want a relationship? I'm gonna start with cancer free because we're here. And I'm writing this. Oh shit. Well, that color doesn't work. Damn, this is hard. I might just have to use black or like some dark colors because this is hard. Okay, I wrote cancer free is number 1. Happy New Year. You're in a whole nother year. Isn't that crazy? She lives in Australia. Write whatever you want to write. I might have to like, it's driving me that nuts that I can't use these specific colors. And I might go and like dress this up like later. I don't really want to like spend a shit ton of time on this like on TikTok live, but because I actually have so much to do. My friends are on their way here and like I've been working all morning, so I just really wanted to do this before the new year. I burnt sage and ate grapes under the table at midnight. What is eating grapes under the table? What is that? I've never heard of that. I love burning sage though. Well, FYI, if you guys get a candle, the only good colors that work are the dark ones. So I do this every single year and it's really crazy to see what comes true. The first year I did it, within 3 months, I had hit like 80% of everything that I had written on this candle. So I actually got introduced to this practice a few years ago. I was with some girlfriends and they led like an intention circle, and it was just kind of like getting clear on everything that we wanted for the year. And so they gave us all candles and we started this, and I was like, whoa, like I love this. So since then, I just have introduced this practice to like events that I've led and friends, and I will always like gift these candles to people. And like, it doesn't even have to be a New Year's thing. It could be like at any time when you really want to just like get clear on the things that you want in your life. So yeah, it's just like a really cool practice. One of my friends, when she first did this, she like drew so many pictures, and it was really cool to like see all of that. Like she was super creative, and it's like cool to see like how other people are just really creative with this. Most of you guys don't have candles, so I don't know why I need to like sit here and keep writing. So basically what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to light this candle every day until it burns down. It usually takes like 1 to 2 weeks. So what you're going to do is when you're lighting this candle, you're going to read everything off from this list. So you start with the word that you're going to embody, like phoenix, like I am a phoenix, or I am resilient, or I am powerful, whatever it is, you're going to want to read that off. And then you read off every single item on your manifestation list that you want to call in. So I will be like, I am cancer free. I want a YouTube following of 100K. I want TikTok following of 100K. I want a relationship. This is my last year being single. I want Cancer Baddies to grow to 1,000 members. I want to go on trips to Europe and Paris, and you know, and you're gonna burn it, and you're gonna let it burn all the way down. Like you're gonna let it burn all day while you're at home, okay? Like just let it burn, put it somewhere that you can see the candle, and let it burn. If you have to leave, you smudge out the candle. So say like you take another candle and you just put that out. You don't wanna blow out the candle. You wanna like smudge it out. But basically this is just putting your manifestations out into the ether. And you, again, you want to embody what this feels like, what it feels like to have these things. So you're going to do this until you burn the candle all the way down. You can keep the candle afterwards. You can get rid of the candle. Whatever you want to do is up to you. But this is just a visual. It's kind of like doing a vision board. Like make sure you can see this every day. I leave this in the windowsill in my bathroom so I can see it. I light it. I leave it there. So do this. Try this. This is just a really beautiful way to like visualize your new year and all of the things that you want. So I hope this helped. I hope you enjoyed this little writing session, and let me know if you get your candle and you try it.